We have massive drones in the sky over New Jersey, New York, and Air Force bases over in the UK. John, Mike, Keene, as we check out really what looks like the incompetence of our own government, which bugs me. I suspect these things are from China or some kind of a China.
In focus now, Republican Congressman Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey, member of the House Judiciary Committee on the Hill right now. How do you address this at this point?
Well, here's the real deal, Harris. You know, I'm also on the Transportation Committee, on the Aviation Subcommittee, and I've gotten to know people. And from very high sources, very qualified sources, very responsible sources, I'm going to tell you the real deal. Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off, I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America.
So I don't want to scare you guys. I'm not trying to create conspiracies. You know how I'm against all the UFO conspiracy stuff. But here we have the actual footage. We're going to show you all the interviews to get you up to date on this.
What is going on in New Jersey?
So, sir, the FBI and our Newark field office, along with the state and local partners there, the Bureau is actively investigating the situation you mentioned, just the unexplained sighting of drone activity over that part of New Jersey, including proximity to sensitive sites and areas of concern.
Okay, so they tend to cluster around our bases. That's the FBI. I despise how slow-moving and inefficient this is.
The U.S. Air Force says unidentified drones have been spotted over 4 joint U.S. and U.K. military bases in England. The mysterious drones have repeatedly appeared for over a week now.
Now, that's 1 week. That was 3 weeks ago. So they've had plenty of time to flush this stuff out, and they still, this is from recently, they appear to know nothing.
I just want to follow up on what my colleague asked regarding what happened in New York and New Jersey. These drones, unmanned aircrafts have also flown over my district. A number of constituents have seen them over a power plant in Brooklyn. They were coming over the Verrazano Bridge. And I will remind everyone or explain to everyone here that Verrazano Bridge connects Staten Island and Brooklyn. And on the Staten Island side, you have Fort Wadsworth, which is a U.S. Coast Guard sector New York base. And then in the Brooklyn side, right on the other side of the Verrazano Bridge, you have Fort Hamilton, which is a U.S. Army installation. And so it is very concerning to me that we have these objects. We're not sure if they're drones or unmanned aircrafts, but they are flying over sensitive infrastructure and facilities.
Now, they call them drones, but we'll show you video footage of them later. Like, they're the size of a car. Like, they're huge drones. To me, this is what criminals call casing the joint. You go and you check things out before you go and do something.
We do not attribute that to an individual or a group yet. We're investigating, but I don't have an answer of who's responsible for that, of one or more people that are responsible for those drone flights. But we're actively investigating. What the Bureau has done to aid our state and local partners is what we generally do, enlist the help of the interagency, enlist the help of the public. There's a tip line there, that 1-800-CALL-FBI, tips.fbi, for information from the public that could help us resolve this. It is concerning.
Is the public at risk? Is public safety at risk? Are we concerned that there are nefarious intentions that could cause either national security or a public safety incident that would put Americans at risk?
There's nothing that is known that would lead me to say that.
I don't know. What bugs me is they're asking for a tip line from we civilians to call in. You're the FBI. You should know more than anyone. If I ran a drone like this is in the federal aviation space. If I ran a drone like this around any kind of an airfield or any kind of a base, I'd be in jail. and my drone would be confiscated.
I mean, the details are still very limited at this time. We do know that the sightings started last week on November 20th, and they have really ranged in size, in style, and also the amount that we've been seeing over that last week or so. Now, a senior British official confirmed to Fox that the UK has deployed about 60 troops, including counter-drone specialists, to help determine who is behind this and to help defend the air bases amid fears it's a potential coordinated operation. They're describing the incidents as unusual and say this is a serious set of circumstances. Take a look at this map. The bases are spread across England and are all used by U.S. Air Force. Now, the drones have been seen over RAF Fairford, Lakenheath, Mildenhall, and Feltwell.
What bugs me about that being in the UK is if there was some kind of a base attack or something, you know, we would scuttle our East Coast military. And those are the bases being viewed over in New Jersey. This bothers me. I'm not freaking out or anything, but it bothers me. What bothers me most is how little our FBI knows.
The fact that we don't know what they are or who's behind them or what they're doing is very concerning to me, particularly in a post-Chinese spy balloon world.
Think of how America freaked out over one clunky or two goofy Chinese spy balloons, these large objects that can't really maneuver. They just kind of float along, and they were taking pictures of our Air Force bases and sending back information to China, even though Biden denied that and all of our military denied that. Now you have these deft little, very dexterous drones, and I mean hundreds of them, and swarming sites, and who knows where they're sending information out. This is a sign of Biden weakness. They should know this is China. It's China, North Korea, or Russia. I mean, those are the only three on the table.
They've launched drones, is everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this lightly. Know that Iran made a deal with China to purchase drones, motherships, and technology in order to go forward.
And they could even all be colluding with each other. They're going to pull this off as long as Trump is not in office, because they see Biden as sleepwalking as our president.
Okay, the fact that this administration allowed for a Chinese spy balloon to go across the country over multiple military installations is very concerning, and that we could potentially be having this happen again it's like astounding to me that this is even happening without any type of intervention.
Yeah, intervention. Get a bunch of rednecks. Look, I've flown a drone before. Get a redneck to drop a net from the bottom of a drone, fly it above one of these drones, and tangle up a net or wire into its propellers and bring them down to the ground and reverse engineer them, find out what they're made of. The idea that they can't capture them or shoot one down with a precise ammunition of some kind.
These drones should be shot down, whether it was some crazy hobbyist that we can't imagine, or whether it is Iran, and I think it very possibly could be. They should be shot down. We are not getting the full deal, and the military is on alert with this.
Or something that tracks them is just stupid.
These are apparently as I understand it, very sophisticated. The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark.
Be the number one military in the world. We should have the greatest drone force in the world, too.
Iran has the capability to pull up along our eastern seaboard and launch drones the size of an SUV into the skies of several states, particularly New Jersey, where we know the incoming president has a large home. Also in the same county or nearby where some of these drones in New Jersey have been seen.
We should be able to swarm up about 800 drones right now and get them in the air and surround these things and take one down.
How are they fueling them? They have to land somewhere. Drones don't fly forever. Why don't they close down the airspace? Yes, it's inconvenient. Yes, it's the holidays. Shut it down. But if you start shooting things and you don't know how they're fueled, that's going to be mass explosions. This isn't like one spy balloon. Congressman, this is serious.
We've got to bring them down, and we've got to find a way to bring them down. I don't know exactly where they're landing. Obviously, I have some information. And again, this isn't just Jeff Van Drew. Oh, let's get on Harris Faulkner's show and say something outrageous. I'm telling you a straight deal from very high positioned individuals who are telling me this.
Okay, and now here's the actual footage of them captured by people in New Jersey, and you'll hear like heavy engines and stuff like that on these aircrafts, just to show you the size, like they're the size of a car or a small plane.
There they are. There they are. There they are. Oh. Marmora, New Jersey. Oh my God, here we go. Here it is. Are you freaking kidding me right now? What is that?
This one is extremely low. It's loud.
It's really cute.
And it's huge.
It's so big. It looks so much closer in person.
Yeah, my camera doesn't do it. Looks like a spaceship, right? Like that doesn't look like a drone, right? That looks like a spaceship. It's like a small plane. It really is like a small plane. These are all drones in the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 right here.
Went outside to prove my point, and this is over my house right now. What is that?
This is a video of the Morris County drones with characteristic triangle lights on the back.
They all have these triangular operating lights, which is pretty common in aircraft and drones. There's a green light on one wing and there's a red light on the other, and then a tail light or a headlight to make it look like a triangle. So these are definitely terrestrial. I don't want to scare anyone. What bugs me is these things have a limited flight ability.
They are across the country. We don't even have anything like this.
No.
Our government and also certainly our hobbyists don't. So think about it. Not only do I have the information, but it's also common sense. We've got to get them down. We've got to determine how they function, what they do, make sure that we can get them, and you're right, in a safe way.
And they act like they have no idea about these things. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm just angry. I'm John Mike Keene.